that I'm recording.
Yep.
Hello. So today I've got a very special guest that I brought along. He's been somebody who joined us just about a year ago now, and ever since joining us, he's literally taken all out action and smashed it. So, Jan, would you just tell our audience a little bit about you, your story, what made you join us?
Yeah, sure. So Jan, I'm from Germany originally, live in the Cayman Islands. Joined, as Ryan said, roughly a year ago. I joined because I don't know, I wasn't feeling as fit as I felt in my 30s, now approaching mid 40s. And I thought I need to change something. You know, I could eat whatever I wanted without gaining any weight, and that changed as soon as I turned 40. So I knocked on Ryan's door and joined.
Quality. I love that. And then when you did join, what did you find out about the program, or what did you find sort of helped most?
I think what helped me the most was I mean, I was going to the gym before, I was running before, I was thinking about my nutrition before, but what was really missing was connecting all of the dots and really knowing how to do all of these things, right? For example, I never tracked my nutrition before, which I started doing with Ryan and team. It was a bit time consuming at the beginning, but started to make a lot of sense pretty soon, and I saw where I could make easy changes. Same in the gym. I was going there, in hindsight, wasting my time on a couple of things, I think. And Ryan gave me the training plan, the guidance that I needed to make the gym sessions short. They didn't extend, they even shorted a bit, but effective. And yeah, that were the best changes, I think, that I saw pretty immediately coming through.
I love that. And in terms of like starting, because you were somebody, you know, when you joined, you weren't overweight, you weren't somebody who was unfit by any stretch of imagination. What made you decide that, do you know what, I do want something to give me more structure, I do want to get those results? Was there a tipping point? Was there something that made you decide?
That's a good question. I don't think that there was a tipping point, really. As you said, I wasn't overweight. I felt, well, okay fit, I would say. It's hard to say. I think guidance is what I was looking for and what I needed, and what I wanted is I have 3 kids. I have a busy job, leading a team, a department at Dart, and so I just wanted to get most out of the couple of hours that I have per week to commit to being fit and doing exercises.
I love that. All about that sort of time economy, isn't it?
Very true. Yeah.
And before you started, then, was there any sort of doubts or anything that you might have had before you joined us? Like, was there before taking that first step?
To be honest, I think I never shared it with you, but to be honest, the biggest hurdle was the cost, where I thought, oh my gosh, that's quite a lot of money. Up front here, never met the guy, don't know the guy, don't know the team, and don't know what really comes out of it. But after a couple of calls that I had with you and your team, I knew that you would help me, and so I was happy to overcome the cost hurdle there.
I love that, because yeah, like you say, you'd never told me that, and we've worked together a year, so I appreciate the honesty there. And in terms of like, this is something you probably wouldn't have expected me to ask either, is like, it's a bit of a curveball, but is there anything we could have done better to improve on, or did you feel like there was anything missing in the program, things that we could do better?
I don't think so, to be honest. I mean, sometimes when I wake up on a Sunday morning, because we have the time difference between the two of us on Monday morning, and they have a WhatsApp from you saying, how was the weekend going? Did you stick to your nutrition? Did you stick to that? Where's your check-in? I was like, oh shit, why did I sign up for that? But that's really it. No, I think, and that's exactly what I wanted you to do, right? Not in that moment, obviously, waking up WhatsApp like that, but overall in the long term, 100% what I wanted. So no, I think you did a fantastic job over the last year.
Oh, perfect. And I would say, like, what would you say helped you get the results the most out of the program? Was it like the accountability? Was it the training? Was it the structure? Or is there anything specific that you think this really helped me get those results?
I think it's accountability for sure. because when I was just training on my own and thinking for my own about my nutrition, there was really nobody who can help me accountable. So just having you and the rest of your team reminding me of the goals that I set for myself and the things that I wanted to adhere to, that was helpful. But the other super helpful thing is the flexibility. I think I started with something, a clear idea of, hey, I want to improve nutrition and I want to get more out of the couple of hours that I can spend in the gym per week, and it turned into something different in terms of running and these kind of things, and I absolutely love that.
I love it because you just sort of moved me on to my next bit. Like in terms of the results and the what you achieved over it, would you just share with them? Obviously, like you said, you joined for a specific reason and it progressed. What you achieved when you've been with us so far?
Yeah, I think after being a couple of months with you, and that came completely out of blue. My 14-year-old daughter said that she wants to run a half marathon with me. I was not prepared for that and was really surprised what motivated her to do that. And at first I was like, whoa, how do we do that? Can a 14-year-old actually run a half marathon? So I reached out to you. We discussed that back and forth. You were like, absolutely no problem. I give you a training plan that you could follow. How much time do you have left until the marathon? And 2 days later, I think we were starting training. So that was fantastic. So it was a great. I've ran a couple of half marathons before, but it was a massive experience for me to run with my daughter. It was so fantastic to see how she did stick to the training plan. She had issues with her legs in between and all the time, like every training plan, right? But seeing her working through that was fantastic in the end.
Yeah, and you also overcame shin splints as well throughout that, didn't you?
that was you're jumping ahead here. That was during the marathon.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm getting carried away there, yeah.
Yeah, but I did. Yes, I did. I mean, the story is after I finished the half marathon with my 14-year-old daughter, I thought, shit, if a 14-year-old can run a half marathon, what's next for me here? And using the fitness level where I was at that point in time, I decided to sign up for a marathon. That was towards the end of last year, I think, when I made the decision. And then same thing again, the two of us sat down, discussed that. You asked the right question around current fitness level, experience, and we did some tweaks to the nutrition plan as it changes, obviously, with the intensity of the training. And then at the beginning of this year, I started my, I think, 16-week marathon training plan. Ran into the usual issues. I think got chin splints relatively early on. I think, funny enough, at the exact same time as you, so we could share experience that you were training for the Ironman.
I could totally relate at the time as well. I remember getting off that call. I said to Ellie, "He's got them at the same time as me."
Yeah, so that was not good, but it only sent me back, I think, less than 2 weeks in the end, because we tackled it right away, gave the right advice. What I really liked was you were not like, I'm the expert, here's what you got to do. You encouraged me to speak to my physio, encouraged me to speak to my my doctor as well, and I did all of that, and it was a no issue in the end, and I could resume the training plan within time. You gave me good alternatives for other things that I could do, like elliptical, which I absolutely hate, but I could do it for 2 weeks. Then I was back to running training after that.
Quality, I love it. So you've obviously been on this journey. You joined us to get a little bit fitter. You've smashed a half marathon with your daughter. You've then done a full marathon. Like, how does that make you feel now, and like what you've actually achieved?
Well, the marathon itself, I'm massively proud. I must admit, the emotional feeling when you run over the finish line is unbelievable. And then a day later, you're in pain and all of that, but you forget about that. And then a week later, the pain is gone, and you look at your time, and I was like, maybe I can improve that next time. So it also gave me the motivation to continue there and to probably achieve this little bit better time in the next year's marathon. So I'm already looked at a couple of alternatives I could do. Flatter ones this time, not as hilly as the first one that I chose.
I'd be the same. That one's better.
Definitely helps with the time. So it made me extremely proud. I think the whole journey, the marathon was probably just the highlight in there. But I think it also gave me the confidence that I needed to just continue training. Right, I questioned myself so many times before, and hey, am I actually doing this right? I'm doing that right. Am I I don't know, trying to achieve something and just achieve the opposite here by overdoing it or doing it wrong, whatever. And to have you as a sounding board there and somebody who gave me the training plans and the advice, I think the confidence in myself just grew over time.
Oh, buzzing. Thank you. And in terms of then, last question, what would you say to someone who's at that where you were a year ago, possibly thinking of doing something, not quite sure what to do, maybe even heard of us, and they're on the fence? What would you say?
Well, I would say just give it a try. I think it's pretty fair conditions that you offer people. We touched on the cost point, that's something to overcome at the beginning, but it gives you, I think, half a year of just working with you. It's nothing is set in stone at the beginning, and you can adjust over time. You will discover things that are important for you, that work for you, that don't work for you, and you offer the full flexibility to adjust to that. So I would say the advice is don't go into it with like, I want to achieve this and that's 100% clear, and then stick to it for half a year if you figure out it's not probably what you want. So be flexible there.
I love that, because it's often we're actually seeing that more and more now, where clients join with like a physical shape or weight goal, and then it adapts over time where it's like actually a fitness related goal. So I love that. Really good. Thank you very much. Listen, I won't take up any more of your time. I really appreciate you taking the time out to share your journey and share your story with us. Thanks, Jan.
No worries. My pleasure. Thank you, and speak soon.